Hello, good afternoon, everyone. Good day. I don't know which part of the world you are. My name is Imran, and I'll be your host today. So we'll be covering a webinar on IELTS listening, and we'll go through some slides. So let us start today's webinar. Okay, so today we're going to talk about Direct English International Language Center, also known as DEILC. We're going to talk about Linguaphone Group UK, Direct English UK. We're also going to cover IELTS preparation course, an overview. We're going to do IELTS sample lesson, which is the listening, and we're going to talk about our promotion, and then finally we're going to cover the Q&A session. Okay, so without any further ado, let's start. So about Direct English International Language Center. Direct English International Language Center is situated in Bukit Nanas. It's near the Masjid Jamek LRT, and it's in the Bangunan Ming on level 9. So it's quite easy to find. It's very central in Kuala Lumpur. As you can see, our facilities are state of the art. It's clean, it's very comfortable. It's a pleasant environment, which is very important. We need a pleasant environment to learn, to have an effective learning experience. So we've got state-of-the-art equipment and everything that you need. Okay, now we are also associated with LinguaSkill, which is used to assess your English level. So LinguaSkill is also associated with Cambridge. So Cambridge is quite a well-known university, and they are one of the largest in the world. So Direct English International Language Center is an authorized test center for LinguaSkill. So the Cambridge Assessment English is part of the University of Cambridge, which is globally recognized by more than 20,000 leading universities, employers, and governments. So they are huge and they are well known. So this will definitely give you an edge. Now, DEILC is also a member of the National Association of Private Education Institutions, Malaysia, which is also known as NAPE. So this goes to show that we are affiliated with all the top, or how could I say, with all the legitimate organizations in Malaysia. So it's definitely something that you want to be part of. Okay, so we are well known. Now, regarding the courses offered by DEILC, we offer a wide range of courses, short courses, workshops with courses from the Linguaphone Group UK, Direct English UK as the core products. We have Business English, Direct English UK, and then we also have General English, Direct English UK. With regards to the Business English, a very important and a very demanding course. Obviously, in the business world, we have various companies wanting to empower their staff with better English. And because of this, we have put a very huge focus on it. And regarding General English, many people decide they want to go overseas or they want to maybe travel abroad, and this definitely empowers them to do that. So these are the two main core products that we offer. About Linguaphone Group UK and Direct English UK, we were founded in 1901. So that was quite some time back. So we've been around for a long time. We've been around for over 110 years. And that's a lot of experience in the language training and learning. Now, we also recognize as a leading global language training provider. We're based in the UK with impressive network of licensed partners and distributors delivering some of the best English language programs. We have successfully delivered language training and learning programs to millions of language learners, adults and children in over 60 countries. So this just basically shows you that you are dealing with a very, very well-experienced organization, and you're basically in the hands of a good organization. And we've been through all the challenges already, and we've already gained so much experience. So you're definitely with a reputable organization. So just to go to our global presence, basically, we are present in about 22 countries, including the Middle East, Europe, and Asia. This growing list includes countries such as Bahrain, Bulgaria, Egypt, Indonesia, Iraq, Ireland, Japan, Kazakhstan, Kuwait, Lebanon, Malaysia, Morocco, Oman, Palestine, Portugal, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, South Korea, Sudan, Thailand, UAE, and Vietnam. Currently, there are over 90 direct English live centers operating around the world. So we do have quite a large global presence. Just to give you a bit of an idea, as you can see on the map of the world, we are almost everywhere. Okay, so our product recognition. So, English language training provider of choice. Direct English is proud to have been the English language training provider of choice for the following companies. So these are a few companies that we've helped in the past. And as you can see, they are quite major companies such as Microsoft, IBM, General Electric, Maersk, EY, and HP. We've also dealt with some local organizations, Malaysia, which includes, as you can see, there are quite a few ranging from FedEx to Mazda and so on. Okay. So we're going to talk about the IELTS preparation course. Now, as you know, why do people need to take their IELTS? I mean, this is something that is very widely spread, and it's done all over the world. First of all, IELTS the definition of IELTS is International English Language Testing System. The International English Language Testing System is an international standardized test of English language proficiency for non-native English language speakers. It was established in 1989. IELTS is one of the major English language tests in the world. So why IELTS? If you're looking to work, study, or live abroad, most countries require you to pass an English proficiency exam. Now, IELTS is the most widely recognized proficiency exam. The IELTS scores are not about passing or failing, really. It's about gauging your proficiency. So seeing which level you're basically at. So it goes from 1 to 1.5 to 2 to 2.5 and so on, right up to 9. Now, just a bit of more information here. As you can see, IELTS is accepted by most Australian, British, Canadian, and New Zealand academic institutions, by over 3,000 academic institutions in the United States alone, and by various professional organizations across the world. IELTS is the only secure English language test approved by UK Visas and Immigration for visa customers applying both outside and inside the UK. It is also a requirement for immigration to Australia and New Zealand. In Canada, no minimum score is required to pass the test. An IELTS result or test report form is issued to all test takers with a score from band 1, as I mentioned earlier, which is a non-user, to band 9, which is an expert user. So obviously, the higher the band, the more competent the person would be. Now, and each institution sets a different threshold. So depends on the institution you're basically going to. Just to give you basically a rough idea, well, a tip from my side, I would say, if you're looking to study, work, or live abroad, minimum for most countries would be a 6. So a 6.0 score would be a minimum requirement. So this would open some doors. If you want to open even more doors and maybe enroll at better universities or get a better job, then you should at least reach a level 6 or a 7 or a 7.5 or higher. So higher than 7.5 should open pretty much all doors. So also remember that the score is only valid for 2 years. Okay, so you need to really take action if you're going to start with it within the next 2 years. You need to basically achieve your goals that you actually set out. Okay, so yeah, so there is also a band 0 score for those who did not attempt the test. Institutions are advised not to consider a report older than 2 years, as I mentioned, to be valid, unless the user proves that they have worked to maintain their level. Okay. So the IELTS preparation course, the prime objective of this course is to enhance students' development and for them to get familiar with IELTS examination format and skills. This course is effective as it helps students, as this is a one step ahead for students to ace an IELTS exam. So what we're basically saying is that we will give you a step ahead. We will actually help you and we will assist you to achieve your goals. We won't just leave you and then do everything yourself. So we basically are there to help you and to reach your goals. We'll make sure that you will reach your goals successfully. Now, you need to reach a level 5 at least, obviously, because this is an academic course. It's not, how can I say, this is a bit higher level English. So you're reading, you're listening, you're writing, and you're speaking to be on a bit of a higher level. That's why this is an academic course. So you need to reach a level 5 with direct English in order to enroll with the IELTS program. This is so you don't need to worry. You will be able to start on a lower level and work your way up. So if you are not on the level 5, we will then give you the tools you need, and we will assist you to achieve the level that you require. And we will basically be there for you. And we'll do it one step at a time. Okay? Like, you know, baby steps, take baby steps to basically achieve what you need to do. Okay. So this is basically the pathway that we're looking at, the direct English IELTS pathway. As you can see, we have the 8 levels over there, 8 placement levels over there, from 1 going up to 8. Oops, sorry. From 1 going up to 8. And when you reach 5, you are able to join the IELTS course. And you will be able to do a trial exam, which you pass. You would then go to the IELTS exam, and if not, you'd basically go to remedial and a second trial or a second exam or trial, and then pass the IELTS exam. So we basically are there to help you through this process. Now, to give you a little bit about a bit of information about the specifications regarding IELTS. The IELTS test has 4 parts. We have the listening, which is 30 minutes plus 10 minutes. That's the transfer time. And then we have the reading, which is 60 minutes, the writing 60 minutes, the speaking 11 to 14 minutes. So we'll go through this in a bit more detail, but basically you're looking at a total time of about 2 hours and 55 minutes. Okay, so the paper format, there are 4 sections with 10 questions each. The questions are designed so that the answers appear in the order they are heard in the audio. The first 2 sections deal with situations set in everyday social contexts. So we have section 1. There's a conversation between 2 speakers, for example, a conversation about travel arrangements. Section 2. There's a monologue in, for example, a speech about local facilities. And the final 2 sections deal with situations set in educational and training contexts. Okay, so then we move to section 3. So there's a conversation between 2 main speakers, for example, 2 university students in discussion, perhaps guided by a tutor. And section 4 is a monologue on an academic subject. Okay. Okay, so the task types, a variety of question types are used, chosen from the following. So we have multiple choice, matching, plan, map, diagram, labeling. We have form, note, table, flow charts, summary completion, sentence completion. So we have all different types of tasks. The answering, test takers write the answers on the question paper as they listen, and at the end of the test are given 10 minutes to transfer the answers to the answer sheet. So care should be taken when writing answers on the answer sheet, as poor spelling and grammar are penalized. So we need to be very careful, and we need to be very pedantic with regards to our spelling and grammar. As we mentioned, this is an academic course. Okay. So there's obviously a special promotion happening, and I'll go into that maybe a bit later as well. But if you look at this first one over here, so if you sign up now, intake the 4th of November 2020, you will get a free English level assessment, absolutely free. Okay, and we will link. Yeah, so the link will be emailed to you. Just have a, okay, so yeah, there's a link in the chat as well for that, and that will be yours for free. Don't be like free things, yeah. Okay, so okay, so if you sign up now, intake 4th November 2020, IELTS preparation course, normal price 1,200 ringgits. Sign up now, only 800 ringgits. That's a savings of 400 ringgits. 400 ringgits. That's, I think it's about 30%, if I'm not mistaken. That's about, yeah. That's a huge savings, huh? 400 ringgits. So I'm going to give you a bit of an idea of what a lesson is like. Now, we're not going to have any real students in this lesson. So I'm going to talk you through how we actually conduct our lessons online, okay? So I'm going to share with you my textbook, and I'll have my audio as well. So we'll basically go through this sample lesson together, and you can see what it's like to be in a class. Okay, so let me share my textbook. Okay, there we go. So today's lesson is about, we're going to basically cover the listening section, okay? So for the listening part, the aim of this lesson is going to be basically for students to learn how to do a form completion. So it's going to be a form completion task, and also going to be able to recognize the importance of predicting answer types. Okay, and the orientation basically would cover, what I'll do is basically I'll then ask the students to work in pairs or in groups to discuss questions A to D. Okay, then what I'll do is I'll then check that students know the meaning of keywords, such as in this case, maybe we can say, in this case, we'll maybe use the word culture shock. So I'll go over that term or that phrase, culture shock, and I'll basically then, what I'll do is I'll obviously use my chat part over here. Let me just type it in over here, my chat. Where's my chat over there? There we go. So I'll basically use the chat pod maybe, and I'll just maybe in the culture shock, and I'll then give the definition, which is a feeling of confusion, and anxiety, when someone lives in another country, right? So when you live in another country and you have a feeling of confusion or anxiety, then that is called culture shock when living in, sorry, especially when the culture is different. I mean, we have the East and we have the West. So especially people coming from the East going to the West, it's definitely a culture shock because everything's different, right? Okay, so then what I'll do is then I'll go to the textbook over here. Where's the textbook over there? I'll go to the textbook, and we'll then go to the first question, and we'll say, which countries do you think the photos were taken in? So I'll try to elicit some language from my students and try to basically ask them to use the imagination and try to guess or try to think about the answers. Okay. So in this case, we then go to the first photo, and eventually we'd come to the answers like maybe Poland, maybe picture 1, picture 2, maybe we could maybe say the USA, picture 3, Hong Kong, picture 4, the Dutch islands of Aruba in the South Caribbean, or for etc. So this is an example. Basically, I'm just giving you a bit of an idea. Now, if you go to C, it says there, why do people move their own country, or why do people move from their own country to live in other countries? So then I'll ask my students to give me as many ideas or as many reasons as possible. And reasons could be, obviously, I mean, we could maybe then elicit some more vocabulary, and we could maybe use ideas such as for work purposes. So we then say for work, or maybe it could be, so if it's for work and if it's for permanent, if it's a permanent move, so if they're moving permanently, permanent work, then we could call that, as an example, economic migration. So economic migration, that would be one of the reasons over there. If it's for temporary, maybe if it's a temporary move and it's just for a particular job opportunity, or maybe it's just for voluntary work, maybe you're just going to maybe to a third world country and do some voluntary work, yeah, then maybe that would then just be basically for aid work. We would just say maybe aid work. We could also go and marry someone from another country, right? So we could go to marry someone. Okay. Yes, very good, Shukaib. To learn a new culture and get experience. Very good. So yeah. So it also, some people they go to get a better lifestyle, you know, because maybe the climate is better. Because if you go, for example, to the Mediterranean has a very good climate, and people would move there just to experience that, to live in a better climate. Yeah, because some countries are very hot, you know, and they want to get out there to experience a better lifestyle, basically. Yeah, so there would be an example. And if you had to go to D, then I would then say, if you had a completely free choice, which other country would you choose to live in? So that would be basically coming from their own opinions, and it would be their own ideas. Okay. Then if you go to number 2, which is predicting answer types, we then look at the form on page 15, which is over there. That's the form over there on page 15. As you can see, there's a form. Okay. So the form basically is containing items 1 to 6. And we need to answer these questions. Okay. So if you look at the form over there, we time to look at it over there, the notes on University 2, we have a subject. Then we have another form here for phone inquiries. Okay, so I'll basically let them study the forms, you know, ask any questions if they are maybe unfamiliar with any words or anything like that. Then I'd basically go through it with them. Okay, and yeah, so I would basically encourage my students to guess possible answers based on the information contained in the form. Okay, so then I'll check with the students to know if they know the meaning of words like semester. So words like semester, as an example. Someone asked me, would you mind to share that PDF file? I'm not quite sure which PDF file are you referring to. Are you talking about the textbook? Okay, I see what you mean. Okay, let me do that quickly. I'll try to share it for you. Okay, just give me a second. but it's a full textbook, so I don't think it's going to be. It's a very big file. The file is going to be very big. So maybe later on you can download the file, but while we are talking, the file will be downloading. Okay. So just give me a second. Let me drop it in there for you. That is the, okay. You should be getting it in a few moments. Okay. So I'll be going over words such as semester. So as you know, in some countries we have different terminologies or different ways of speaking English. So in America, maybe we would say words like, we would use American English. In American English, we have words such as horn, a car horn. And in Britain, we basically use a hooter. So some of the words would be a bit different. So I'd basically then go through words such as semester. Now, for semester, semester basically would be then 1 or 2 periods that the school. So it's a period or a term, school term. School term. So in America we say semester, or not me, but the Americans say semester, and the British English we use the school term. So we have maybe 3 school terms, or in some cases we have 4 school terms. I think in America they have 2 semesters. So we'll just basically go over words like that, just to make sure that they basically understand what they are reading. Okay. So yeah, so if we are going to the questions, we can see in general, if you go to 2A, we can see this question where in general, what sort of information will the speakers be discussing? So then we'd basically then go into a little bit of a conversation, and we'll basically come up with ideas like, obviously we're talking about university courses, yeah, we're talking about educational things, also factional things. So it will be basically those 3. And if you go to B, which answers will be in numbers? What kind of numbers are required? For example, a sum of money or a distance. Okay, so yeah, so basically we basically then say it will be numbers between 1 and 9. Number 3 would be a number, 5 would be a number which is a date, so etc. Okay. Okay, so I want to go to the listening part now. I don't take up a lot of your time. So we're going to do the listening part. I'm giving an example of a listening exercise. Complete the form below. Write no more than 3 words and or number for each answer. Okay, so the student then would be encouraged to read the questions carefully in advance and think about the type of information that's required. Okay, so let's go on to the listening. Just find that file over there.
Yes, of course. What course are you interested in applying for?
International business. I already have a university. Can you help me?
Sorry, I think I had to share my audio. Just give me a second. Let me just replay it again. There we go.
Conversation about studying abroad. You should answer the questions as you listen, because you will not hear the recording a second time. Listen carefully and answer questions 1 to 6. Hello, admissions guidance. How can I help?
Hello. I'd like some information about studying at your university. Can you help me?
Yes, of course. What course are you interested in applying for?
International business. I already have a first degree from a university in my country.
Fine. So you'd want to do a master's level course?
Yes, that's right.
OK. We offer an MIB course. That's a 12-month full-time course. I can send you details of that course, or you can download a PDF file from our website.
Could you put it in the post, please? I don't have access to the internet at the moment. Could you tell me what qualifications I need for that course?
Yes, for the MIB, you need a first degree. The minimum qualification is a 2-1 or a first.
Okay.
And in English language, you need a score of 7 or above in IELTS.
That's not a problem. I have a 9.
That's fine.
Could you tell me the course hours and the semester dates, please?
Yes, there's a total of 10 hours of lectures, seminars and tutorials a week, and there's an extended stay abroad at the beginning of the second semester. That involves spending a month at the national head office of a multinational corporation.
Okay.
And the semester dates are... just a moment. OK, the first semester starts on the 27th of September and ends on the 22nd of January, and the second semester runs from the 7th of February to the 27th of May.
Can you tell me a bit more about the actual course content?
Well, I don't know much about the course personally. I'm an admissions officer, but I can read the course description for you if you like. If you need to know more about the academic side, you'll need to speak to the course tutor.
Thanks. I'd be very grateful if you could tell me as much as possible now.
I'll just read the main points. It involves the advanced study of international organisations, their management and their changing external context. Students develop their ability to apply knowledge and understanding of international business to complex issues, both systematically and creatively, to improve business practice.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Now, if you could give me your name and address, I'll have full details of postgraduate courses sent to you.
Okay. My name is Javed Iqbal.
Okay, so there you have it. That's basically an idea of what you'll basically experience listening to an audio clip. And then obviously we then go through the answers. Okay, so we then go through from 1 to 6. So for example, number 1 would be a first degree, number 2 would be number 7, number 3 would be 10 hours, number 4 would be second semester, number 5, 27, number 6 would be international organizations. Okay, so that's basically an idea. That's a rough idea basically. So I think you get the picture, and we're going to basically leave it at that, and we're going to continue with the presentation. Okay, and let's move on. Let me just close this over here. Okay, so we're back on the PPT. Okay, so our promotion, let's go back to our promotion. Sign up, intake 4th November 2020. You get a free English level assessment. The link is in the chat. Okay, we'll also email it to you. So remember, you are dealing with the best of the best. We are amongst the best. I mean, you're not going to find better in Kuala Lumpur at the moment. I can guarantee you that. And remember that discount, yeah? So you get that 400 ringgit discount if you sign up now. You have 800 ringgits. You get the IELTS preparation course for just 800 ringgit. Okay. Now, join us next week for the free IELTS webinar. The topic will be on speaking. Okay, so we do a little bit of a speaking sample as well. And that would be on the 20th of the 10th, 2020 at 1 p.m. To watch previous business English webinars, you can also go to YouTube and you can check them out. Our contact details are there as well. Be sure to join us and to follow us on Instagram, join us on Facebook and on WhatsApp. Okay. So this is the Q&A session, the question and answer session. If you have any questions, please type it in the chat pod, okay? So I can assist you. Okay, so while you're thinking about your questions, I have some frequently asked questions as well that I want to basically go through. We do have a question. How long is the course duration? So how long is this whole course? Well, we're looking at about 16 sessions with 2 sessions per week, 2 hours per session. So it's a total of 32 hours, and that will be covered in 8 weeks. Okay. Okay. Another frequently asked question is, are there any entry requirements for this course? So, well, there is a requirement. You are required to sit for direct English placement tests prior to enrolling in this course. Okay, so you need to sit through that placement test at direct English. Your English proficiency must be at least B1 or B2, and that's on the CFR level. Okay. Another question that I got. So anyone lower than B1 or B2 CEFR level are not allowed to join this course? Not exactly. First, we will help you to improve your proficiency through our general English course. Once you reach B1 level, you can enroll in this course. Okay. So how will I get the materials? We will courier the materials to you. Okay, you'll get everything couriered to you, so that will be sorted out. You don't have to worry about that. Another question, a very common question is, are there any hidden charges for the fee English test? Or sorry, for the free English test? Are there any hidden charges for that free test? Because remember we said to you that we'll give you a free test, right? So, I mean, I know it's free, but are there any charges to get the results? So usually, you know, you'll find these organizations always, there's always a catch, you know, they always try to catch you because it's a marketing scheme or something. With our company, we don't believe in catching our students. So there's no catch, okay? So it's absolutely free, okay? So, and that's because you participated in this webinar, okay? So apart from this course, does your center offer any other courses? Like I've mentioned, yes, we do. We have general English, business English. We also have English for marketing, English for human resources, conversational classes, etc. Okay. And as we mentioned, the 4th of November would be the intake. That's always the question there. So yeah, those are a few questions here that I have. So once again, we've come to the end of this webinar, and I really appreciate you for joining. I appreciate you spending your time with us. Okay, it's very much appreciated, and I hope to see you soon. So all the best, and remember to contact us if there are any other questions. Okay, so see you next time. Bye bye, everyone.